Jesse, I can hear you eating. What are you eating? We're about to go live.
I'm just snacking.
Freaking Jesse. Welcome to the Polly Show. I'm Polly. I have all the questions that you didn't know you had and the answers you don't need. I can still hear you. We're going to try and get through this episode. Last episode was a disaster. It's still frozen. I can't even see the guy. He's in space and I can't even see him.
Well, there may be.
Turns out you can't have interviews in space. Today, our special guest is Adam Harrison. Adam Harrison is a plein air painter who works and lives in Los Angeles, but he's from Boulder, Colorado, which is in the Midwest. So we really like our Midwest guests. Before you interview a painter, there's sometimes some things that you should know. So I'm going to have a word of the day. Today's word of the day is plein air. Or you can also pronounce it en plein air. That's French. Plein air painting is the act of painting outdoors. This method contrasts with studio painting or academic rules that might create a predetermined look. Alright, so that's what plein air means. Remember it because it's going to come in handy at the interview at the end of the show. This is a problem that I've had a lot. It's when you make a phone call and the person just doesn't hang up. They say bye, but then they just keep talking. And so then you have to keep talking. And so you never actually end the phone call. And it just keeps going and going and going until you about lose your mind. So what I found out really works is to use this phrase. And it's called, okay, bye. All right, so you just say, okay, bye. And they're talking, okay, bye. And then you hang up. And then, they can't really say anything because you ended it and you said okay and then bye. All right, so okay, bye. Just remember that nifty word. For the art of the day, it can be anything. It can be movies, it can be painting, it can be arts and crafts. But today I'm going to talk again about another movie. It's called The Tiger King. I don't know what to think about this documentary. Part of me is like really kind of disturbed, and then another part of me is just like really into it. And it's about this guy named Joe Exotic, and then he's like gonna, tame these tigers, and then he does, and then another woman called Carol Baskin, she comes, and she's like, no, you can't do that, and he's like, yes, I can, and this other just kind of random like tiger owners in there as well, and then someone goes to jail. I won't tell you who goes to jail because it's a surprise, but this was a really well done documentary by directors Eric Good and Rebecca Shakin. So I give it a 4 stars just because I really liked the direction and the way that they made the documentary, and it just kept you watching. But the content itself, I kept on wanting to turn off because it was a little hard to watch. What do you think, Jesse?
It was nice.
What do you mean it's nice? It's about people trying to murder people.
Yeah, but the kitties are pretty.
Did you even watch it? Freaking Jesse. Anyways, that's the art of the day. It's really interesting. The Tiger King on Netflix. And now the moment that we've all been waiting for, including me, an interview with the artist Adam Harrison, an artist that was born and raised in Boulder, Colorado, and lives and works in Los Angeles now. Welcome to the show, Adam. Jesse?
Almost done.
Jesse, it worked! We have a live human being here. Thank you for being here, Adam. Welcome to the Polly Show. I'm Polly. I'm really excited to have you here because you're one of my favorite painters. And it's not too often that I get a painter on the Poly Show. This is a real live artist, you guys.
I'm happy to be here.
So, Adam, I've seen a lot of your work, and one of the
Yeah,
things I notice the most of is that you paint really big. Why do you do this?
I paint large because I want people to experience the environment, is basically it. I want people to be enveloped in the space, that it's really difficult to get that idea across with a smaller format.
I've seen you outside on the street before, and you're really easy to see because you have like a giant canvas on an easel and you're standing on a sidewalk. So, do people come up to you a lot?
Yeah, they do. They're interested in what I'm doing. Of course, it's rare to see a person painting, and it's even stranger to see a person painting outside in a public area.
Why don't you just take a picture and then paint aside? Wouldn't that be easier for everybody?
No, I wouldn't actually, Polly, because I mean, it wouldn't be easy for me, because what I'm trying to get onto the canvas is an experience that you can really only get from long periods of time of looking at something. I'm bringing the canvas outside for a long period of time, months, 8 months longer, working from what I see, direct observation, getting all the math right, what I refer to as math, all the spatial relationships, all the varied color textures, all that stuff. And then I bring the work back inside, and then I don't use any references whatsoever except for like little notes and writings that I've accumulated over the time that I worked outside, and then I paint more abstract from my imagination. It's intuitive, it's fast, um, it doesn't correlate necessarily with the outdoors, but I think I could tie it together in a way that a painting can handle.
That was a really great answer, Adam. Adam, you were also in the Long Beach Museum of Art recently. What was that experience like, and what paintings did you use?
The experience was fantastic. So I was at yeah, you're right. I was at the Long Beach Museum of Art. They gave me a one-person show that just came down this last January, and I had let's see, I had some older paintings, and the style that I used to work in, the style which I'm better known for. And then I had a couple brand new paintings. I think of them as big experiments. In fact, the painting behind me is one of those paintings from the museum. Um, didn't have space to store it in the garage, so it's on the wall now.
That's ridiculous. That's one of my favorite paintings. I saw it on your Instagram.
The title of this is "A View on Bunker Hill." It was really important that it'd be a very, very long horizontal composition. So long, in fact, that when you look all the way left, you can't see the end of the painting. When you look all the way right, you can't see the end of the painting. It had to be a wide, sweeping view. And so I picked the end of this peninsula in San Pedro because it offered me that view without any vertical obstructions. There were a few trees and stuff, but they never closed off the visual space at the top. So the sweep is complete. It's a whole 180, and it never ends from left to right. It's never interrupted by anything that stands up vertically. So that's why I picked that location.
That's a really excellent answer.
I'm doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I didn't know you had such great answers. When you get paints, where do you get paints at?
Oh, lots of places. I have been ordering paints recently from New York, a place called Guerra Paints. They give you all the ingredients to make paint on your own. So I've been making acrylic paint at home for the last 2 years. I find that I can control the quality, and really you can't beat that.
Where do you get your canvases from?
Well, I have them made for me. I have this
Oh,
excellent guy here in LA who builds beautiful, beautiful substrates. My last show, he did all 12 large panels.
Adam, a lot of times I see in your work that it's not just one big piece of canvas, but it's lots of different canvases. Why is that?
Mobility. My paintings still are very dependent on bringing them outdoors. So if it's really quite large, I can't transport it. So having them break down gives me, I'm able to put them in the back of the car and take them to wherever I need to go.
Oh, so it's
Yeah,
practical.
very. Yeah, very.
Adam, you're from Boulder, Colorado. Would you consider that the Midwest?
No.
One last question.
Hmm.
How did growing up in the not the Midwest, but in Colorado affect your paintings?
Because I was always outside. My favorite thing to do on planet Earth is to be out in the mountains, in the Front Range in Boulder, Colorado. Um, One of my best experiences as a kid was working for the Junior Rangers, which is just trail maintenance, but it gave me a great love and appreciation for nature.
Thanks so much for being on our show, Adam. It means the world to me.
I'm happy to do it.
Please keep your eye out for Adam Harrison, a really great painter. Adam, thanks for being on our show. I'll see you around.
Okay, thanks, Polly.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Are you still on? Just I can still hear you eating. Jesse.